next guest is always a pleasure to chat with, and we catch up with him from as many CEA, Consumer Electronics Association events as we possibly can. He is, in fact, their Senior Vice President of Communications and Strategic Partnerships. We like to think we're one of those strategic partnerships, though I don't know what that means. Jeff Joseph, welcome back into Tomorrow. How are you, sir?
I'm great. Dave, always a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
So what are strategic relationships? What do you spend a lot of your day doing when it's not CES?
Right. Well, that's a fair question. We're the Consumer Electronics Association, and the biggest thing we do each year, of course, is producing this phenomenal show, the 2014 International CES. But throughout the year, we represent the entire technology industry. We have about 2,000 member companies, from the big guys, Apple, Google, Intel, Microsoft, to small startup companies, retailers, the full spectrum. Mm-hmm. So we represent them on policy issues. So part of my job is to help lobby and develop relationships to support key issues for our industry, to help the industry grow and help promote innovation in the United States. We produce events throughout the year that are more business-to-business events to help our member companies understand the landscape, what consumers want, talk to each other and network. So we develop partnerships around that. And then we do relationships like our relationship, where we bring media to the show to help cover, because this is a business-to-business show. It's not open to consumers.
Right.
But the great thing about having you here is that it's a gateway for consumers to see all the cool stuff that goes on here. So.
And what a great, you hit the nail on the head with that, because we have so many of our listeners over our 19 years coming here that say, thank God you guys are there, because otherwise we couldn't see and hear about everything.
Exactly.
So they're here with us virtually in that sense. And it's our pleasure to do just that. But that's what's cool about CEA, being able to ultimately do all the things you're doing are benefiting us as consumers by helping to spread this innovation that is so awesome.
Well, that's exactly right. I mean, our sort of mantra, our guiding principle, that guiding North Star, is always promoting innovation.
Yeah.
Because innovation is great. Innovation helps create jobs. Sometimes it's disruptive. It destroys legacy old industries and scares them a little bit.
Stuff happens, as we say on the radio.
There's a reason why we don't have the horse-drawn ice carts anymore, right?
Yeah,
right?
I would think.
Innovation happens, but it helps grow our economy, and more importantly, it brings all those cool products that you and I want. It's helped change the world, right?
Yeah.
That you can pick up that smart device and connect with someone around the world. Probably you, like me this week, I've been talking to my family far away because of that connectivity. We've been doing FaceTime.
Sure.
You can get information, entertainment on demand. That's innovation, and that's what we're about.
Love it. I probably know the answer to this next question, but I feel obligated to ask it. How do you feel about this year's show? I mean, I have seen nothing but packed aisles, and every exhibitor we've talked to has been thrilled with being able to talk to us media folks, certainly, but buyers and analysts and people in the industry that are helping them determine whether their products introduced here are going to be successful. And there's so many strategic partnerships being developed here as well. Right. What's the overall take so far from you guys?
It's unbelievable. I mean, that's really all I can say. It's been, every year is great, and it seems like, how can you do better? How can you get better? But there's something about this year's show that I think is really special. There's an energy in the air. There's an amazing variety of new technologies being introduced across the entire show floor. And whether you're talking about video and ultra-high definition television, 3D printing, the cars. I mean, my gosh, I was joking on my social media page that it's now the car electronics show.
Yes.
Because there's so many automobile companies here. Because they become technology platforms, no longer just about miles per hour, but about how you can connect to them and how they use technology. And there seems to be this great optimism around the show floor and energy that's been spectacular. So we're very pleased.
As well you should be. And it's almost like, well, what can you expect for next year? I mean, it's hard to continue to outdo yourselves. And you talk about the cars alone. I mean, what, 9 out of the 10 big car manufacturers are all here?
Exactly.
So what is it with the holdout? I mean, boy, are they way behind, apparently, in innovation and curve. But the first time from here that we had Alan Mulally, the CEO of Ford, on the show, right after his first keynote that he was here. And I asked him, I said, well, with all this tech that you guys are doing, with all the things that Ford's putting into vehicles, do you consider yourself still a car company or a technology company? And he pondered for a minute. He said, that's actually a very good question. He said, I would have to say we're really a technology company that makes cars. And what a great way to look at these kinds of things in this industry these days.
That's exactly right.
You've got to stay on top of things, and you've got to bring us consumers what we want.
That's exactly right. And you don't want to lose, we're in love with our smart devices. We want that same sort of access we have at home and in the office place. We now want it in the mobile environment. I mean, it is the ultimate mobile technology environment when you're in car. So whether it's being able to do something as now sort of basic as being able to play your music from your smart device through your car stereo, or having that driverless experience. I mean, it's unbelievable. The Ford car, the concept car that's powered by solar power, that's amazing. It's unbelievable. But when you think about it, you're right, that if you're going to talk about technology in the automotive environment, where else to be except for here, the International CES, which is the hotbed, the global stage for technology.
Oh, for sure. And we're certainly looking forward to our 20th year next year, if you'll have us back.
Oh, it's great.
And there's going to be even more cool stuff that we haven't thought of today that will be introduced next year at this very same show.
Into tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. You never know you're a marketing kind of guy. Jeff Joseph is with CEA. CESweb.org is the spot to go to for all CES-related goodies. And, of course, we'll link you there as well when you visit us at intotomorrow.com. Jeff, always a pleasure. We could continue to talk. There's so much always to talk about. We're going to get caught up with you on many shows in the upcoming months.
We are, yes, indeed. I look forward to continuing our relationship, our partnership, Dave. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Back in our Miami studios next week after 3 weeks' worth of coverage from here in Las Vegas at the 2014 International CES. Stay tuned. Into Tomorrow.